Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, remember this is for you, but check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. And also, worth mentioning, if you are, oh gosh, come on brain. If you are, oh my gosh, I've completely lost my train of thought. Remember their general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. Use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Oh, for your key to the week this week, you've got the Magician card. The power is firmly and squarely in your hands. What are you going to do with it is the question. In all of these different areas of life, you can make some form of massive leap forward. Maybe you're thrust into a leadership position. Maybe you are taking something over. Maybe, just maybe, you are feeling your own personal power and you are making some kind of move this week that really feels like it's putting you either on the map or pushing you forward in some way, shape or form. For your actions and options, you've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so look, this is not really necessarily the greatest time to worry at a problem. And you've got this with the Magician card. So you've got the power and you're going to be manifesting as you think and speak this week. So keeping on top of your words, keeping on top of your thoughts and your intentions is going to be paramount this week, right? This is one of those times where the universe is like, yeah, yeah, right? And if all you're sending it is, I've got shitty people around me, I hate my job, you know, I've never got any money, or my relationship is a mess, whatever you are putting out into the ether. And this is also in terms of your subconscious sphere as well, and your spiritual and energetic intention, right? A lot of people will say like, oh well, you know, I always think good thoughts, or when I think, you know, heavy ones, then I just change them. Okay, but what are you saying? What is your self-talk like? What are you actually putting out through your energy and your frequency? This week, you need to get a grip of your intention. Get a grip of your frequency, because otherwise, you're going to manifest more of the shit that you don't want this week, all right? Get on top of it, Scorpio, because this is too good an opportunity to waste. In terms of the options that are available to you, night work for some of you. That's a very possible way that it could show up. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Five of Cups. Okay. Funnily enough, I don't actually feel like this is an argument or you. I think this is you admitting verbally where something has felt like a loss. I think this is you kind of sort of, I rate you for this, because it looks like you're stepping up to say this thing actually hurt me, or this experience wasn't good for me. What I actually think is going to happen here, especially because you've got the Magician card, is it's very likely that you get an apology this week where you have been waiting for one. All right. So I gotta be honest, remember the Magician card can show up as the trickster and all the rest of it, and potentially sometimes somebody who knows what to say. So be mindful, use your feelings to know whether this apology is genuine or not. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, the Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords, when is a win not a win? When you've had to fight too fucking hard to get it. That's what this feels like to me. It's almost like you've had to fight for some kind of, and again, maybe this is the apology, right? You've had to fight for something, and it's like, now that you get it, it's like, okay, yeah, it's great because it's what I wanted to hear, but it doesn't really measure up. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, you might find here that you are thrust into a leadership position or some kind of a career advancement by default. Because it's the Five of Cups, on touch wood, it could be that somebody passes away, and so it leaves, your boss comes to you and says, look, this person is sick, or they've had an accident, or what. It might not be in the greatest circumstances, which is unfortunate. However, you are the right person for the job, and you may very well be stepping into some form of leadership role this week. When it comes to your those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, look, you can indulge in your feelings, which is a very addictive pattern. Trust me, I know, I've struggled with it enough myself. Or you can pull your finger out and you can get on with it. All right, I can say this to you guys because my Scorpio crew you guys are gnarly. There's times where I'm like, oh, and this may be a time where, and then I get comments from the Scorpios, or even emails from my Scorpio people, and they're like, Raf, don't sugarcoat it, just give it to us raw. And I'm like, okay, fine. Noted, right? You guys are gnarly in that way. So I'm just going to say to you, if you're a business owner and things are slacking, it's not the business, it's you. And it may not necessarily be that you're not doing what you need to do in terms of the real world or showing up in that way. It may just be your fucking frequency. Get your energy together, all right? Get it together. Get your head in the game, all right? Come back to us. Let's go, let's go, let's go. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, it's likely to be that some form of news comes about somebody else's health that potentially is not good. It's not necessarily the passing, but it might just be, I'll give you an example. So 2 years ago, obviously my nana passed in Pisces season, just gone. And I'll never forget the day that we got the news that she had been diagnosed, and it was like an official diagnosis of her cancer. It was at that point that I knew we were on the countdown. So to me, that was actually harder than some of the journey in between that and her passing. Some of it was really heavy and it was very hard to deal with. But that moment was very, very hard for me because there were so many levels or so much weight of acceptance that just crashed down on me, right? Like the realization that, okay, this is where this leads. When you're very intuitive, you know where it's going, and I called it, not that I'm proud of it, but my sister, who was closer to my nan than anybody else, she asked me, she begged me, she said, Raf, please tell me, I need to know how much time. And the doctor said anything up to 5, and I said to her, we're looking at 2. And it was, I think, a month over. So, do you know what I mean? Like, this is to give you an idea of how this might hit. That's for those of you that are retired and no longer working. For your love and relations, you've got the 4 of Wands, beautiful. Before we get into that, I do want to say on the 18th of May, I've got something really special cooked up for you guys. This is actually something that you guys have asked me for a lot, right? A lot of you have emailed, a lot of you have put comments and stuff. So it's something that really has been community led. It's something that you guys have asked me for. It is going to be the most accessible, certainly, resource wise and potentially even timing as well. It's going to be the most accessible thing that I have ever offered. You guys have asked for this over and over and over again. It's not particularly something that's brand new that I've just created off the top of my mind, but it is something that I definitely feel that I will be doing in a very unique way because there will be things that I'm putting into it that have not been done as a part of this. So there's plenty of this stuff out there, but I think what I'm bringing to the table is going to be pretty unique. I'm really, really excited about it. The first one is going to be on the 18th of May. You're going to be hearing about this on my socials, so pay attention. But you can basically jump in anytime that you like. So stay tuned, it is coming. And obviously you'll be seeing it on the channel. You'll be seeing it forever from here on in. So you're probably going to get bored of it at some point. But it's here and it's going to be here to stay. So with your love and relationships, you've got the 4 of Wands. This is beautiful. This is good news that comes in through the family. It's also, for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, your partner plays the supportive role while you experience some sort of shift or challenge. While you're stepping into a brand new sense of self, you are supported, right? You are held, you are loved, you are given what you need in order for you to kind of really flourish. So I love this for you. If you are single, wouldn't be surprised if you connect with somebody this week. You've got it opposite the Magician card, so it's very likely that this person has some sort of level of status themselves, which is great, right? How much they do the low profile thing, I'm not sure, because obviously Scorpio is a very private sign. For your money and materials, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. I love this. Look at this with the Magician card. This is like getting wealthy on your own steam, honey. Okay, like the Wheel of Fortune is a shift point in your resources, which you're going to see sort of, it starts now, it's going to unfold over time. The other way that this could also show up is an international or long distance form of making money starts to ramp up now, right? Starts to move in a way that is very satisfactory. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is a turning point in regards to seeing a specialist or a certain type of person who is helping or assisting you with your health in some way, shape, or form. Because the Magician card is a specialist, right? So your health, Wheel of Fortune, is your health is changing. If you've had problems with your health, that is shifting or changing now in regards to a specialist or somebody who is very well educated or learned about your situation that creates change for you. If your health is already good, that Wheel of Fortune suggests just to keep it going. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, you probably won't be spending a lot of time at home this week, to be completely honest with you. It looks like a very busy week ahead for sure. So you'll have to let me know how it shapes up. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.